Welcome to Sex Education Repo, your guide to understanding the complex world of human connection. Have you ever wondered why a breakup feels like a punch to the gut? Why the end of a relationship can leave you feeling not just emotionally devastated, but physically in pain? It's a universal human experience, this feeling of heartbreak. But it's not just all in your head. In fact, modern science is showing us that the pain of rejection is incredibly real, with a biological basis that's as tangible as a physical injury. Let's dive into the fascinating science of heartbreak and explore why emotional pain can actually hurt. For a long time, we treated emotional pain and physical pain as two completely separate things. One was seen as a product of the mind, a subjective experience of sadness or grief, while the other was a clear signal from the body that something was wrong, like a cut or a burn. But what if the brain doesn't make such a clear distinction? What if, to your brain, a broken heart feels alarmingly similar to a broken bone? This is exactly what researchers have discovered using functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI. These powerful scanners allow scientists to see which parts of the brain are active in real time. In one landmark study, scientists recruited individuals who had recently gone through an unwanted breakup. Inside the fMRI scanner, they were shown a picture of their ex-partner and asked to think about the experience of being rejected. The results were astonishing. When the participants thought about their heartbreak, two specific areas of their brain lit up, the secondary somatosensory cortex and the dorsal posterior insula. Now, why is that so significant? Because these are the exact same brain regions that activate when you experience physical pain. Imagine you accidentally touch a hot stove. Your nerves send a signal to your brain, and these two regions fire up, processing the sensation and telling you, ouch, that hurts. The brain scan showed that the emotional anguish of rejection was being processed in the very same neural pathways. In essence, your brain is interpreting the social pain of a breakup using the same hardware it uses for physical injury. This explains why we use the language of physical pain to describe emotional distress. We talk about a broken heart, crushing disappointment, or feeling gut-punched by bad news. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a reflection of a deep, biological reality. The pain is real because your brain is registering it as such. But the story doesn't end there. To understand the full picture of heartbreak, we need to look at the powerful chemicals that govern our relationships and our sense of well-being. When we fall in love and form a strong attachment, our brains are flooded with a cocktail of feel-good neurochemicals, primarily dopamine and oxytocin. Dopamine is the reward chemical. It's associated with pleasure, motivation, and craving. It's the same chemical that's released when we eat a delicious meal or achieve a long-sought-after goal. In a loving relationship, your partner becomes a primary source of this dopamine reward. Just being with them, hearing their voice, or even thinking about them can trigger a pleasant dopamine release, making you feel happy, energized, and wanting more. Oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone or cuddle chemical, fosters feelings of trust, intimacy, and attachment. It's released during physical touch, like hugging or holding hands, and it solidifies the deep social bond you share with your partner. Over time, your brain becomes accustomed to this steady supply of dopamine and oxytocin. Your partner's presence is not just emotionally comforting, it's chemically rewarding and regulating. You become, in a very real sense, addicted to the person you love. Your neural pathways are rewired to seek them out for comfort, stability, and pleasure. Then, the breakup happens. Suddenly, this reliable source of feel-good chemicals is cut off. Your brain, which had adapted to a high dopamine, high oxytocin environment, is thrown into a state of sudden and severe withdrawal. This chemical withdrawal is the engine behind the intense craving and obsessive thoughts that often follow a breakup. Your brain is desperately screaming for its fix, the fix being your ex-partner. This is why you might find yourself checking their social media, rereading old messages, or replaying memories over and over. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a biological drive, a craving fueled by a brain in withdrawal. The symptoms are strikingly similar to withdrawal from addictive substances. You might experience anxiety, restlessness, insomnia, and a loss of appetite. The world can seem gray and uninteresting because the primary source of your dopamine reward is gone. Simultaneously, while the feel-good chemicals plummet, your body is flooded with stress hormones, most notably cortisol. Cortisol is the body's primary fight-or-flight hormone, designed to help you deal with immediate threats. In the context of a breakup, your brain perceives the loss of a primary attachment figure as a major threat to your survival. From an evolutionary perspective, being cast out from the tribe or losing a key partner was a life-threatening situation. So, your adrenal glands start pumping out cortisol. This sustained release of stress hormones can have profound effects on your physical health. High levels of cortisol can weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to getting sick. It's why people often catch a cold or feel run down after a major emotional upheaval. It can also disrupt your digestive system, leading to that pit in your stomach feeling, nausea, or changes in appetite. It can interfere with your sleep patterns, leaving you exhausted but unable to get restful sleep. This combination of neurochemical withdrawal and a stress hormone flood creates the perfect storm for the misery of heartbreak. You're experiencing the craving and emptiness of withdrawal while also being battered by the physical symptoms of chronic stress. So, how do we begin to heal from this biological onslaught? The recovery process is also rooted in neuroscience, and it involves gradually rewiring your brain and rebalancing your body's chemistry. The first step is time and distance. The intense cravings you feel are a form of withdrawal. Just like any other withdrawal, the only way to get through it is to abstain from the source. This means implementing a no-contact rule can be incredibly beneficial. By cutting off contact, you stop giving your brain the small hits of your ex that keep the addiction cycle going. It's difficult, but it's the fastest way to let those craving pathways weaken. Next, you need to find new, healthy sources of dopamine. Your brain's reward system needs to learn that pleasure and satisfaction can come from places other than your former partner. This is where self-care becomes a biological necessity, not an indulgence. Engage in activities that you enjoy. Exercise is a fantastic tool, as it naturally boosts dopamine and other mood-lifting endorphins. Spend time on hobbies, learn a new skill, or tackle a project you've been putting off. Every time you accomplish something, no matter how small, you get a little dopamine reward, helping to retrain your brain. Reconnecting with your social support system is also crucial for replenishing your oxytocin levels. This is the time to lean on your friends and family. Hugging a friend, having a deep conversation, or simply spending quality time with people who care about you can trigger the release of oxytocin, counteracting the feelings of loneliness and isolation. These social bonds remind your brain that you are safe and supported. It's also important to process your emotions. Allowing yourself to feel the sadness, anger, and grief is part of the healing journey. Suppressing these emotions can prolong the stress response in your body. Talking to a trusted friend, journaling, or seeking support from a therapist can help you process what happened in a healthy way. This helps to regulate your emotional state and reduces the production of stress hormones like cortisol over time. Slowly but surely, your brain begins to adapt. The neural pathways associated with your ex-partner start to weaken from disuse. New pathways, associated with your hobbies, friends, and new routines, begin to strengthen. Your neurochemical balance starts to return to normal. The constant state of stress subsides, and you start to feel more like yourself again. The physical pain lessens, the obsessive thoughts fade, and you find that you can think about the future with a sense of hope instead of dread. Understanding the science of heartbreak doesn't make the pain disappear, but it can demystify the experience. It shows us that the overwhelming feelings are not a sign of personal failure, but a normal, biological response to a significant loss. Your brain and body are reacting exactly as they are designed to. The pain is a testament to the depth of the connection you had. And just as your body knows how to heal a broken bone, your brain has an incredible capacity to heal a broken heart. It requires patience, self-compassion, and actively building new pathways to well-being. But healing is not just possible, it's a biological certainty. Thank you for joining us on Sex Education Repo. If you found this exploration of the human heart and mind insightful, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content that unravels the science behind our lives.